It is August 31st, 2021. I'm still a freshman here at USC. It's been my first few weeks of class, and I'm excited to start my new chapter in life. I'm walking up the hill on Bull Street to reach my geography class. All of a sudden, I hear a slight impact behind me across the street. I turn back to look and see what happened, but I don't see anything. So I decide to keep walking up the hill. Later that evening, I got home and read a terrifying headline. A pedestrian was struck and killed outside of Maxie Gregg Park. It was an elderly man chasing his dog into the road. It was a very sobering experience, and it was also quite scarring. Ever since then, I've begun exercising great caution when driving around campus, as well as walking around on foot and riding on my scooter. Pedestrian injuries and fatalities has been a growing problem, not just here at USC, but in Columbia. Columbia tends to suffer from two major issues. First of all, Columbia's infrastructure is often poorly designed and contributes to the deaths of innocent pedestrians. Second, pedestrians and drivers alike both exhibit risky behavior that puts their lives in jeopardy. Not enough is being done to remedy these two major problems. Incidents like the one that I saw should be an indicator that our city needs change. Now, as far as poorly designed infrastructure goes on campus, we do have a number of notable offenders. Assembly Street, Pickens Street, the Square Engine intersection, and Barnwell Street. Now, I'm sure that all of you have been to this part of campus many times before, and you all know what's wrong with it. It's jaywalkers. What I find most perplexing about this street is that the crosswalks are so prominently painted on it. There's even a yield to pedestrians sign placed right in the center of it. And yet, most of the pedestrians who walk down this street don't take the crosswalks. They just treat the entire street as if it's just a massive crosswalk. Amidst a seeming pandemic of risky behavioral habits, along with badly designed streets, what do you think we should do to fix these issues? Has USC done anything to remedy these problems? Now, I'm sure that many of you have taken the Assembly Street footbridge. Even more of you have probably taken the Darla Moore Tunnel, and quite a lot of you have probably traversed the Gym footbridge. There's one problem with all of this. This infrastructure is just too expensive to make any kind of broad or meaningful impact. It's great for students like us who only need to go between two classes every day. But think about this in terms of the larger city itself. How would we create a solution that would be able to cover the entire city? It certainly wouldn't be a footbridge or a tunnel. We would need to find something that would affect everyone, something that would be a benefit far more widespread than just covering one intersection. Now, this is why I feel that PCC is a fantastic solution to this problem. PCC is an organization that seeks to unite smaller groups of people and even individuals with government officials so that progress can be made. PCC aims to make change at a scale that's actually meaningful in the grand scheme of things. You should support Palmetto Cycling Coalition through donations and joining their social media campaigns to help remedy the dangerous state of Columbia's sidewalks and prevent pedestrian fatalities. One of Palmetto Cycling Coalition's greatest goals is connecting small organizations and individuals like ourselves with government officials in order to facilitate the funding of new projects. On our own, we can't do much of anything to solve a problem of this scale, but the coalition enables us to make meaningful contributions by connecting us with these government officials who want to hear our voice. PCC was also instrumental in passing the motor vehicle cell phone ban here in South Carolina. They stand at the forefront of modernizing our travel laws to protect pedestrians and bikers alike. PCC does not only do advocacy work, however. They have developed a mapping tool that allows bikers to see a stress level-based map of the entire state of South Carolina, allowing them to make better, wiser decisions when choosing routes. PCC also does road safety audits for the state government. Their team is federally certified, and their work has largely contributed to the non-motorized safety program, a move by the state government to identify roads that are unsafe for pedestrians. PCC also works directly with the South Carolina Department of Transportation. They work together to build infrastructure in locations all across the state where pedestrian and bike access is quite limited. Whether the Palmetto Cycling Coalition helps to further our own endeavors, or whether they implement change themselves, your contributions towards their campaign will be of great value to our community, as well as to yourself. It is not a significant contribution, but it will go a long way. Although pedestrian injuries and fatalities will never disappear, we can and should do everything that's possible to mitigate that problem. We don't always like to remember traumatic memories, but we have a duty to remember the lessons from those tragedies. We can remember the past to create a better future.